normally we have a guest, but given everything that's happened and the fact that you've been away for so long, I thought it's best that we just keep it to you and you look at your key partnership with RCB, because of all the sporting relationships that you've had, you've said this one is particularly special, not just RCB, the franchise, but the city of Bangalore as well.
My journey with RCB certainly changed my life. It's once again something I never planned. It sort of just happened. I don't even know that there would ever be something like T20 cricket, IPL. No one gave it a chance in those first few years. So it was a bit of a rocky ride for everyone in 2008, 9 and 10. And then the miracle happened where it was like, it was just meant to be, you know. I arrived in 2011 at the RCB and I just knew something was special here, you know. The Chinnaswamy itself, the ground, my first live game there was like, blew me away. And the city of Bangalore, the people, the restaurants, the trees, and the whole vibe there. And the weather is very similar to what I'm used to here in Pretoria. Meeting Virat, getting to know him better. He was probably the biggest key partnership for me there, not only on the field, but off the field as well. And I think, we'll forever be friends. It's one of those friendships that will just last. And we've had so many special memories with RCB and, as I said, away from the game as well. So it was nice to revisit that now, to walk out onto the Chinnaswamy, hearing ABD again. I was like speechless. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And had a couple of tears, to be honest. I wasn't expecting that. But it was nice to have the family there with me. And RCB has always been very inclusive of family. They always want the franchise to feel like a family. And the only way to achieve that is to actually include the families of the various players and people.
Yeah, I've had a few run-ins with Bangalore cops for different reasons, which have got nothing to do with cricket. But I saw the drive in as you were getting into the stadium. I mean, it looked as chaotic as ever. It was a proper full house because they even lined up the pavement on your way in. You could struggle to drive in there.
Exactly. No, it was insane. I honestly couldn't believe it. It was literally like we were playing a game, and it was just for the two of us. So it was incredible. I mean, it's difficult to put it into words. I did a post on Instagram. I try to put it into words, but you just can't. It's one of those moments I'll never forget. And luckily I've got some video footage and some photos that I'll share with you guys about my experience there.
And when you look at it, I think in the last 13, 14, 15 years of IPL, it's grown more and more and more important. The seasons got longer and longer. Like people literally mark it out in the calendar as absolutely have to be there as an international player. When did it like finally sink in? Was it when you moved to RCB and suddenly realized how important it was to the city that, sure, this has become one of the most important parts of the year or part of my life, really?
I think the people of India love the game so much that it took them a little while to really start connecting with this tournament and with their own team. So to be in Bangalore in 2011, I feel was like the start of where the crowd started going, like all the fans of Bangalore started going like, we've got something special here and we're going to support our team. And they're fanatic. They really are the best supporters there is. You don't see an empty stand there ever. Doesn't matter which game it is. Doesn't matter if we're knocked out of the tournament. They're coming to support their team, and that's that. So you could sense it in the streets of Bangalore. And every time I go back there, there's just this vibe and this deep love for RCB and the game of cricket. It's an incredible vibe. It really is. And the first thing that comes to mind is there's always these dramatic weather patches. So when you go there like 5 o'clock in the afternoon before getting ready for a game at 7:30, it's always a big cloud cover. These big birds flying around. It's very dramatic when you look out from the balcony into the stands, into the night sky, I mean. And then sometimes there are these downpours with really heavy weather. And then there's just people who stream in. It is incredibly loud. You say 80,000, I think more like 400,000. It's very vibey, it's very loud. And it certainly makes a big difference in your game. When you inform and you have a good start and the crowd starts going, you sort of leave your body for a while, you know. So it is incredible and just a super special place. I mean, the Chinnaswamy will forever be my favorite ground there.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not as if it was just a and AB when he plays in an RCB shirt, because I remember I was there for your 100th test, and it just so happened to be at Chinnaswamy Stadium, which was obviously very, very well fated by the cricket gods, and they turned up for that game. And I mean, I've not seen too many test crowds that into it, and there was a full-on ABD.
It's one of those just incredible moments once again. I had my family over there, my in-laws, my parents. To play 100 test matches for your country is right up there with one of the most special things that can happen to a person. A test match it's a 5-day game, obviously, and it's a lot of effort that's put in over a long period of time. To play in a test series day in, day out, traveling the world, and with not a lot of rest in between, you realize when you've played 100 test matches that the body takes its toll. Mentally, you get there as well.
Yeah, I suppose if it couldn't happen at Supersport Park Centurion, that was the only other real home ground that you'd want it to happen at. And there've also been some proper individual memories that you've given the people of Bangalore at that stadium.
Yeah, it is a friendship. It's a two-way street. It's not just I play cricket and that's it, done. I can feel their love, and I'm trying to give them my love as well. So it's a friendship, if you can call it that. And they just understand the game of cricket over there, and they're so passionate about it. So it's nice to give back and to give it my absolute best. And thankfully and luckily, I've given them some good moments that they've enjoyed over the years. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, and you've made some other, like Yuzvendra is obviously another big mate of yours over the years that you became a mentor to. That's I think one of the cooler parts of the IPL, and specifically at RCB for you, the fact that you've been able to give back to the next generation of superstar that comes through and like take them under your arm and show them the way.
I was really open with him, and I would go have a beer in his room, and after he had a tough day, and we would just hang out. It wasn't about I felt like I had to do it because I'm a senior player. It naturally happened because I thought he was a nice guy who gave his absolute best for the team at all times. So I wanted to check in with him, and we had a beer together. And to this day, 10, 11 years later, he would still tell me, that day you came to my room, like, changed my life. And I'm like, it was just one of those things, but I just came to say hi. I didn't mean to, but it's nice to hear that. It's something that happens naturally. I'm open with people. I like to connect. I don't see myself as better or higher or bigger than anyone else. So it's a natural thing to spend time with your teammates and just to care for each other, you know. So I've made some really cool connections. As I said, the list is big, so I can't mention everyone, but there are very, very special stuff that happened there at the RCB franchise during my stay there.
And then obviously every time you mention RCB, or worse, when you go to the Chinnaswamy Stadium, half the comments on your posts are you making a comeback?
Yeah.
Which you've clearly defined as not, but how much does it make you miss it when you go back and you see a full house and you see guys warming up?
Yeah, I wish I could play again. I really do. And once again, that crossed my mind when I stood on that balcony looking over the Chinnaswamy a few weeks back. I felt like, it'd be nice to hit some balls here one more time. But yeah, that thought very quickly disappears again. I'm just done. It's just one of those things. I owe the game everything. I had so much fun over the years with South Africa and at RCB, and a lot of memories to hold on to.
I think that's the best possible place to halt the key partnership for this episode anyway. I'm sure we'll touch on RCB again in future.